It's awesome. But let's get started spawning in the bottom center here as the blue Terran from Team Millennium. We have Dragon, been following him all day. Will he be able to beat his opponent over here? As the red Protoss from Team Prime, we have Creator. TVP, we've seen Dragon's TVP all day, and it's been really fun because he goes mech. Do you think he's going to do it against a player like Creator, though? He knows this guy's super good. Don't get me wrong, the other Protoss players want to be cool. He's super good as well. But is he CreatorPrime good? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Dragon was looking at the other game saying, I can probably make my way through. I could be a little bit of a showman along the way. But now you're playing playing against a player like Creator who has some pretty damn good PvT. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Creator does something super macro-oriented. This is a pretty big map, and he's going to have an opportunity to do that. But these are close by air positions, so Dragon, if he wants, might be able to go drops. Warp Prism play might not be that far out as far as things that could possibly be happening. But we'll have to see as things go on. Of course, this is the very beginning of the game, so there's going to be a little time for players to really develop their strategies and maybe take whatever material on the map that they'd like to. But, I mean, only time will tell. We see a barracks going down first for Dragon, so not like it's going to be any Proxy 2 racks craziness going on quite yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see what each player's plan is. You very rarely see Dragon play standard. I would love to see, how his Marine Marauder ghost control is in the late game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that familiar with his super late game sort of style. Though, I mean, like we said, his control in general is amazing. Like, this guy, because he has so much fun with StarCraft, that really lends itself to the very twitchy, quick-paced sort of micro-action, and that's what he's good at. So, I don't know about how huge army positioning will come down to it. It seemed to be okay in his previous matches, especially in that TVT, where it really matters. Oh, and he has to be careful over here. He needs to make sure he gets an SCV on that to repair that, because the problem with having that supply depot down that early and just like leaving it there is that a probe can actually kill it before you continue building it.
Yeah, so. He did continue building it. He is fine. Marine's about to pop out. Might be seeing the same opener. He got the gas. We should be seeing that factory go down as soon as that probe is cleared out.
Which it will be, and very cool little move. Gets that SCV out as it goes to the other side of the supply depot to try to get
and the probe gets away.
Oh, SCV coming by.
Oh, nice punch. Just said no. I'm gonna stop you. Factory going down. Will we see that reactor on that barracks?
I think so. I mean, I honestly think that this is really a style that he's just been practicing over and over again in TVP. Like, it's not just because he's a showman. It's just because he's very familiar with this. So, I wouldn't be that upset to see it at all. Though I think Creator will be able to respond to it fairly well. Like, there is a reason that players don't go mech that often in TVP. Immobility is like one of the hardest things against a Protoss player who can warp in anywhere on the map whenever they want, It's just kind of hard to do. And playing that gas heavy means you need quite a few bases, and a Protoss player isn't too bad at keeping you down on only 3 base, like, max. They're able to do that, so maybe we'll see Dragon coming up with something different.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what his game plan is. Is this factory going to lift off, or we'll see the starport quicker? It looks like we're going to be seeing the starport. Will we see a tech lab being built? Yep. Going to be seeing a Banshee opener here from Dragon. He did get that second gas, so Cloak is an option this time.
Yeah, and this kind of favors that close by air position, so that's not that upsetting. That's exactly what you'd expect. Play to your advantages. You know that your Banshee's going to take very little time to get over to your opponent's base, then just do it. He probably doesn't have anything built over here on this side of the base, so he can get that Banshee in here and do whatever damage he wants. Now, a Stalker is going to poke on forward for Creator. He sees that the bunker's down, and he really won't be able to see too much else. It looks like he might try to either sacrifice that Zealot Stalker to see if there's a base coming down, which there isn't quite yet.
Well, we see that tech lab being swapped, or that starport being swapped over to the tech lab. No robo just yet. I'm just not adding on that second gas. He's been really dry on that first Banshee on the way. No Cloak as of yet.
Though he does have those 2 gases down, so maybe we'll see it, or he can even fake it if he wants to. I mean, an Observer isn't going to be out for a while, so there's no reason to do that. But the fact that he has Banshees out means he's always going to have the option to go Cloak, and that's enough to make Creator respond to it, as we saw in that TVT that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, still, he's getting this tank out. Oh, did he cancel the tank? He just canceled it.
I think so. The Banshee's moving, about to pop out there. There's a robo going to be in time, so it's good that he's not investing into Cloak. Adding on additional barracks, so it's not going to be the mech play we've seen from Dragon the last couple TVPs. Wants to play this a little more serious. No command center from him just yet, though. Will we be seeing a 1-1-1 all-in? He is starting the siege tank, so it might be a 1-base 1-1-1.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, here we go. We have this Banshee moving on out across the map. We have Siege Tank on the way, as Zoya just pointed out, and a Raven coming out, too. I love seeing Ravens in TVP. I love it, love it, love it, because I know as a Protoss player, it's one of the most frustrating things to deal with. Luckily, Creator knows. He says, there's likely going to be some pressure from back here. Had the Stalkers in position, and that Banshee's going to get pretty much cleaned up or just moved away very, very quickly. So, nice.
I love this very fast +1 armor here from CreatorPrime. If that can finish before this push comes, he's going to be in a beautiful position. The Raven's about to pop out. Marines moving out. Siege Tank not going with Siege mode. This might just be the fastest 1-1-1 push you can imagine. Banshee's with the army now. SCV's here to repair. No command center just yet. So it looks like it will be the 1-1-1 base version. Still not researching that Siege mode. That is so interesting to me.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't really know exactly what the picture is in his mind that he's looking for, Where is his hugest advantage? Looks like he's got a pretty big Marine count coming out. He did have to get that supply drop going on, and it looks like there's quite a few... this looks like there's about 3 Stalkers in the middle of the map for Creator, so maybe he can actually slow this down. If he can try to control the pacing in this game, it doesn't look like he's going to do that, but if he was able to control the pacing in the game, he can wait for that +1 to come out, as you mentioned. We have an Immortal about to pop and a second Immortal coming in behind it, but Creator's going to have a tough time holding this off. He needs perfect control to be able to do this.
Yeah, the sentries are high in count, though. Will he get the Force Field's armor's not done yet. Point Defense Drone is not ready just yet, so needs 12 more energy. Force Field's just delaying this push. He catches the Observer. That's a huge grab there. He can't keep tabs on his opponent's army. Now, he's still got one more with his army, though, in case Cloak was mixed in. This is going to be so tough to hold off, like you said. +1 armor. Soak was finishing. Second Immortal's on the way. Banshee going to the main base. Stalker's going to catch it, though.
Yeah, he's also supply block. Creator has to deal with this amount of units for a little while longer. That's why he started 2 of them. Now, these Stalkers on the high ground trying to deal whatever damage they can. There's no medevacs out here, so every bit of damage matters. First bunker going down for Dragon, and Creator is getting kind of slammed up against his own natural. Needs to be a little bit careful with how he engages over here. The question is, I mean, when exactly does he engage? You watch a player like Thorzane, he's so patient about everything, and Creator looks to be doing that same thing, but here comes the attack, but all the Zealots are trapped behind him. He's just trying to find out where that Siege Tank fire is coming from, and Siege Tech has completed, so now Dragon's in a pretty powerful position.
Yep, Siege Mode's done. He's got the Point Defense shown over his bunkers. Siege Mode's coming out. Here comes the big push from Creator. Immortals on the high ground, absorbing a lot of damage. Will it be enough? The Point Defense shown has exhausted all his energy. Probes have been pulled as well. Nice little hole here for Dragon. It looks like there's a little bit of lag in the game. The Marines aren't taking too much damage just yet, but they are breaking through, and CreatorPrime looks like he's going to be able to hold here. The 2 Immortals in the back doing so much damage.
Those Immortals were clutch. Dragon knows that he has nothing left. He didn't expand behind it. Beautiful hold from Creator. And that was game 1 of this best of 3. And we'll have to see if Dragon is able to come back in game 2.